Little Miss Muffet is a nursery rhyme that goes back hundreds of years. But what is its meaning? In the rhyme, Miss Muffet, whilst eating curds and whey on a tuffet, is frightened by a spider that sat down beside her. But what is the origin of this rhyme? And who is Miss Muffet? One of the most credible explanations as to its origin stems from the entomologist Thomas Muffet, who, as part of his scientific study, collected spiders and insects. There is evidence that he himself wrote poems similar to this, and that this was another one of his creations which he wrote for his stepdaughter, Patience Muffet, in which it describes her fear of the subject of his occupation. Another explanation is a little more sinister but far less supported, which is that Miss Muffet refers to Mary Queen of Scots, or Mary Stuart, not to be confused with Mary Tudor, also known as Bloody Mary, and sister of Elizabeth I, nor the other Mary who was also a Stuart a century later. The story goes that Mary Stuart was frightened of the Scottish religious reformer John Knox, after they had a number of meetings, the last of which caused conflict due to her devout Catholicism in his fierce Calvinist-inspired religious reform and distrust of Catholics. It is John Knox who the spider represents. It was from this fear that she eventually tried to have him arrested and executed for treason, unsuccessfully however, for not only conducting fierce sermons against Catholicism, but meddling in affairs of state and her plans to marry another Catholic. Whilst this did not occur, it's also the case that Mary herself was imprisoned under house arrest before being accused herself of being a traitor and usurper, whereby she was thrown into a dungeon by Elizabeth I to await being executed by beheading for her own treason. Whilst there certainly would have been no absence of spiders in such an environment, this could also refer to the circumstance she was in. Whilst neither historical accounts referring to the rhyme are fully supported, the former has more credibility. The association to Mary could well have been used over the centuries, despite the fact that the most likely origin was from the entomologist Mr. Muffet as a poem to his stepdaughter. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to be updated with new videos.